So how much would you need to invest now in order to accumulate 2,500 in 5 years' time if the interest rate is blah, 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 blah? So we look at that. What's the first thing that we should be doing? Which formula? And how do we know that? We highlight and we see here and we go compounded monthly. So we are straight away going to our little formula page, right? Our help sheet where we have two formulas for compound. We've got future value equals present value, 1 plus I to the n, and we've got present value equals future value over 1 plus I to the n. Agreed? So now we have to read the question and we have to go, all right, am I working out what I have in, do I want to know what I end up with in the future? Or am I looking at what I have now? What do I need now? So read the question and I'll ask someone in a moment, what is it? It's a read the question and it will tell you. How much would you need? So this is the now. So we're going to use this formula, right? So we're trying to find PV. It means, what do I have in the future? Well, that's your future value there, 2,500. Now we've got to play the game of the I. We're in the compound mode and we know that our interest, we have to divide by 100, correct? Are we happy? Are you watching, Celia? We go 0.045 because you've divided by 100, but what else do you have to divide by? Why 12? Because it's monthly, correct. Divide by 12. Does that make sense, peeps? If you're going, oh, that's vaguely familiar yet, then you're going to go, I'll put you the page number in a minute, and you're going to practice some more of these questions. Okay? The more you practice, the better off you're going to be. And what is my N? What's N? Is it just 5? 5 times 12. Excellent. Once again, because it's monthly. This is when we're doing it by hand. So we go PV, pop everything into our formula now. Honey Lily, we're not chatting. And please do not now go, oh yeah, I know how to do this. I want you to check on your calculator. Can you get the right answer? And before you even pop it in your calculator, could you tell me, are you expecting a bigger number than 2,500 or a smaller number? Why? They said smaller. Yes, excellent. What you're investing now, what you're going to end up with the future, unless, again, we're in Germany where they have negative interest rates. I want to now keep an eye and know when they improve. What if I now said, how much interest then did you earn over those 5 years? You'd subtract, you'd go, so interest would be 2,500, well done, minus what you started with. And that would give you your interest. Did this question ask for that? No. But think about tests being written and maybe they'll ask that. I'll be honest with you, I haven't looked at your test because I don't want to give you. But if I was writing it, so are some of the things that I would be asking. Okay? Yes, now, to your calculator. Let's see if we can get this exact answer using technology. So, open it up. Here we go. We're going into financial. We're going into compound, right? What are we going to pop in? N. We do the same. We say 5 times 12. You have a note to self on your worksheet because what do we put for I? No dividing. Don't touch it. Don't change it. Don't do anything. Just put it in as 4.5. So when you're doing your calculator, just put the interest in, okay? Don't change it. Don't mess with it. Just put. All right? PV, That, my friends, is what we are trying to solve. So that's the 0. PMT, we make sure it's 0. We have our future value is 2500. Do I keep PY as 1? Niet. It's 12. If it was quarterly, I'd change it to 4. And we solve for PV. Oh my God, look at that. Same question. Same answer. Shh. Okay, last one. Let's go. Shh. Now, this one you cannot do by hand. You are doing it using your calculator. All right? So, I'm going to give you 2 minutes because that is all you need. So, I'll just say it again. You cannot do this by hand. This is by calculator and calculator only, and the question would, I'm sure, tell you. So basically, assume that you're doing all of them using the calculator unless it says, show your working, show your algebra, use the formula. Otherwise, by all means, use your calc. So calc, please. Straight away, I've noticed that it's compound monthly, right? And the fact that it is finding how long, finding the n, I know straight away this is not going to be a formula one for me, and the test question probably wouldn't even ask you to say use formula. So away we go. We've got n equals, we've got I equals, what comes next? PV, PMT, future value, and then PY, CY, all right? So we put a good old question mark hither. So this is on your calculators if you want to enter in. What do we put for our I? 5.25. A quarter is 0.25. Your PV. Do we know what that is? Right, a business deposit's 80,000. So we put that, and that needs to be minus 80,000. So don't forget, when there's no PMT, so again, pop this in your notes if you want to. Put a little star. If no PMT, then PV must be negative. Again, if I had $1 for every time I've said that, say add this to your notes, I'd be in Italy retired by now. And yet you guys still don't do it. PMT, 0. Future value. What's going on? We've used the 80,000. There's no other number there. Have you read the question? Yes. Why would it be 160,000? Absolutely. They've said double their money. How else could I say that? 80,000 times 2. I'm saying, what if I wrote that I was writing a question? Maybe I said they earned $80,000 in interest. So you'd have to have 80 plus the 80 that you started with, yeah? So think about, read the question carefully. So this is 160. And what's your PYCY? 12. Okay, let's suss that, pop it into our calculator. F2. N is 0. I mean, you don't really even have to change it to 0. It'll just do its thing. PV minus 80, 1, 2, 3. PMT 0. Future value 160. Right, solve for N. Oof. Are you writing down 159 years? Because that's a long time. It's months. So can you please make sure 150, was it 8 or 9? 158.8. We're going to round that to 159. I am going to take off a mark if you don't put your units, because there is a big difference between 159 months compared to 159 years compared to 159 quarters. So please make sure that you do that nicely. Now, if I said put that in years and months, how do I convert this to years? Divide by 12. So that's going to be 159 divided by 12. That will give me so many years. So if you go here to class notebook, and then we go here, what are we in? Content library. Yeah? Yep, so if you just look here, just because I'm recording for someone else, so we look here, program, if you press revision, I've got your tests here with the solutions, okay?